Welcome back, guys, for another episode on the Pair, my YouTube channel. Today we're going to review the Port vs St Kilda JLT Series game last night. It was a good effort, I'd say. We played quite well after half time. We were quite scrappy in the first half, especially that first quarter, which was quite, well, painful to watch. It looked like that we didn't even improve on last year's form. We were very sloppy, but I think we just blew out the cobwebs a bit. I mean, that we've been talking about all pre-season, that we were improving our skills. It's been the main focus and getting our structures and the way we play spot on. But that first quarter showed that we probably even got worse after our pre-season, but we did quite well after that. Excuse my voice, I'm recovering from a cold. But after that, it was an acceptable performance for a pre-season game, especially week one. We were on after half time. We showed really good defensive efforts, especially having Homps down there. Tom Cleary was brilliant as well. SPP in that second half really put his body on the line. I like how he showed some hardness towards Nick Rewalt in the first quarter too, which was very good. Who else was it? There was Brett Eddy, came on after half time for Charlie. He was brilliant as well, showing us some options. We look like, when we're going to Eddy, that we're hitting him on the lead, not just bombing it in there, like we do with Charlie, which is ironic and quite weird. Even though Charlie's really, well, obviously bigger than Eddy, he is quite quick for a big guy, so imposes himself well. So if we can get Charlie to lead instead of just standing there and having 3 or 4 opposition players climb all over him, you know, we will show some good promise. I would have preferred to win last night, to be honest, but you know, it's only pre-season. We're not going to make too much of it. I mean, a lot of fans, I was reading the comments on the Port pages and stuff, like, the people's opinions are very harsh. I mean, it's only pre-season. I know there should be an expectation for our club to play well in every single game, but there's going to become a time where, you know, you got to lay off a bit. We got to just think of the positives that come out of each game. It was very rusty last night, especially in the first half, but it's not all bad. It's not like we were flogged. It was only a point. It would have been different if, you know, we won. People would have been, oh yeah, look, we are winning again. Obviously, with Port, you know, momentum's a big thing, especially with playing stuff on the field. But you can't help that in pre-season. It goes one way. We were away from home too. Not that is a big excuse or anything like that. It was just a factor, you know. Thursday night game. I really like Thursday nights, by the way. There should be a permanent fixture. No, it doesn't have to be every week, but, you know, 11 games a year. Thursday night footy. It's really builds up the weekend. But no, there was a lot of positives come out last night. Paddy Ryder was absolutely amazing. In his short time he was on the ground, I think it was half a game he was on. But Ken Inkley said before the game he was going to jump through the roof at the first contest, which I think he nearly did, even though the roof is open, so, you know, he would have been flying out. But yeah, really happy with the effort. Some of the players I was really impressed with last night were, let me get this right, Joe Atley. I'm pretty sure his name is Joe. Don't hold me to that though. Brett Eddy was good after half time when he came on. Really, he was quite a good target for us. It's funny how we hit him on the lead, lace out. I think he took 5 marks inside 50. We hit him on the lead every time. He didn't take a contested mark. It was all on the lead. Sure enough, it was wide, and, you know, we weren't really that accurate in front of goal, but we were hitting him on the chest. Lace out. But you go with Charlie, and, you know, we're bombing it inside 50. He's got 4 or 5 opposition players on him, and we end up without the ball. and it goes down the other end, they get a quick transition and they kick a goal or get the scoreboard. And that's where the turnovers hurt us, because we can't hit a target inside 50. That's probably one of the negatives and one of the big things we have to improve on, especially after last night. Our small forwards were brilliant, I thought. And I said it in my best 22 video, Carl Amon. I had a lot of people question that after the video, but I tell you what, he's looking good. He might surprise a few people this year and really show Ken and show the supporters that he is going to keep his spot permanently. A couple of other players that I wanted to talk about too was Sam Pepper. He showed some promise. He really implemented himself on the game, especially in the second half. I liked how he showed some aggression as well, especially towards Nick Rewalt, bumping him off the ball in the first quarter, I think it was. He showed some good signs. Obviously he'll develop over the JLT Series. I think he'll get a debut round one. There's a lot of hype around him, and usually when the hype comes, it's bound to happen. So hopefully we'll get behind him and support him. The other one I wanted to talk about was, what's his name? Dan Houston. Anthony Hudson mentioned in his commentary last night, Houston, we have a problem. I tell you what, St Kilda did have a problem. I think the start was he had 100% kicking efficiency from 8 kicks. That's unheard of. Especially for 8 kicks. I mean, yeah, 2 or 3, 4 at best. But 8 kicks, all of his kicks were hit the target. And they were long kicks too. I mean, coming out of the 50, he was really hitting all his targets. He was kicking inside 50 and he was hitting, forwards on the chest. I think he kicked it to Eddie 2 or 3 times out of his 5 marks. So you might see Houston throughout the year. I don't know if he'll be a permanent fixture in the team, but a couple of games, get some experience, and he'll be good going into 2018. The other one I wanted to talk about was Riley Bonner. I did mention that he was unlucky to be in our best 22 in my 22 video, but after last night, if he continues through the other 2 JLT Series games, you might see him be a permanent fixture in the best 22. And I like that we have that flexibility now across the halfback. He's really shown some depth. And that's one of the biggest things in this JLT Series we need to look out for, is depth through the back line, through the midfield. Which links in with my other point, which is our defence. It looks set. I like Cleary down there. I really do. I think he'll really help out Homch and Trango when he's down there. Because he was playing taller than what he was. And he looks like he's put on a few kilos too. So well done to Tommy. And our defence held up after the first quarter. They kicked 4 goals. After that, they kicked 4 for the rest of the game, which 5, I think it was, for the rest of the game. So it was a good fight back by us to really show that we had that fight in it. It was a scrappy game, let's be honest. But so the youngsters really stood up last night, and I'm really happy that they showed their promise. But some of the veterans, on the other hand, Boki was quiet at times. He had the most possessions in the end for Port, but Ollie Wines was he's the bull, man. He's going to really show the whole of the AFL that he is now a leader. He is now ready to take on that best midfield role in Port and really show the league that he will be an elite midfielder for Port Adelaide, along with Robbie Gray and Boki going through there too. One of the other final points I wanted to go through was the players that were missing. I didn't realise that we had more than what I thought. You had Robbie Gray, Matthew Broadbent, Angus Monfries, Matty White. There was a couple of others that were missing too. Logan Austin as well was missing. So it shows that we still got that depth to come back in. Still some few players to move through, and I think we were good enough to show that we might be up there. I'd like to see what happens against Richmond and Hawthorn before I make a judgment on how our team's going to be in 2017. So let's hope, get a couple of wins for the rest of the JLT Series and show that we're ready for round one and prove a point to the AFL that we are up there with the best. Really starting to lose my voice now. Too much talking about Port Adelaide, you know. The other point I wanted to bring up was goal kicking. What are we doing? I mean, last night we had, what did we do? We kicked 2-7 at half time. We kicked 2 behinds in the first quarter. 2-5. And I think all we missed were set shots. And they were directly in front too. I mean, you can't be missing those. I understand it's pre-season and that you know, we can afford to miss them now and look back on them and improve later on. But if this is in a tight game situation like last night was, you want to be kicking those goals and making sure that you're not playing catch up as well. I mean, too many times we were fighting back, and it doesn't help. You know, you're kicking poorly, and it's hard as well to say. You know, one of the main things we've been looking to improve over the summer is kicking efficiency, and what has been happening, or what happened last night, is our kicking efficiency was 69% compared to last year was 71%. The AFL average was 74%, I think I read, so we're just below that. But 69%, you can't be saying one thing and then you go out last night and you can't kick properly for most of the game. I mean, there was a few good kicks here and there, you know. Our best passage of play was when we were kicking in from a point. You know, we went from goal to goal, essentially. I think it was Boak in the middle who kicked it wide to... Who kicked it to Dixon. Dixon won his left foot, his wrong foot, which no one mentioned, by the way. His wrong foot, kicked it out to Sam Gray, who got it into Carl Amon. So, you know, that was the best fashion to play last night, I think. But, saying that you can't have one passive play that was good, you've got to have multiple. So, I think I've read a tweet as well, and I can't remember his name, but he said, I like how we're keeping teams to 57 points in a game, but I don't like the fact that we're having to kick 56 of our own. But then again, if we kick straight, if you flip the points around 7-14, and you flip it to 14-7, it's 91. You win by 5 goals. So it's just that little tweak that we need to do. So hopefully we fix that. That wraps up this video, guys. Thanks for watching again. Thank you for all the support, especially from the Port community. You've been wonderful. So I hope you enjoy. Like and subscribe, just because, you know, I like seeing numbers go higher. So yeah, my name's been Anthony, and obviously, calm the pair.